but I had a lot of people already ask me, like, what's in it? Are you excited about it? Because if you follow my channel at all, you'll know I was probably one of the bigger outspoken critics of the One X when it first came out. It was a rough ride at the beginning. Finally, we got things smoothed out, but there were still a couple of big issues with the One X that I had that appear to be addressed in the One R. Now, before I get too far into it, I do want to let the people know that saw the previous video about the Lab Pano Pilot 1. They are now taking pre-orders for it. I'll try to leave a link in the description below. And it's about $1,200. Now, some of you go, oh my God, that's a lot of money. But see, this camera, the Pilot 1, is for making money with it. So it's more of an investment than it is just to take out for your friends. It's 8K. It's got all kinds of amazing features that are built mainly for doing virtual tours. Okay, so as I said, the box doesn't come with all that much, but that's a good thing. You know, you get your manuals and things like that, but everything that comes with it is direct and to the point. So first of all, what I will show you is that they have gone to the GoPro mount officially, so you don't get that 3.5mm jack in the camera itself anymore, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, it makes sense. This is a more universal adapter. You get 2 of these. You get some lens covers. Hello, thank you, problem solved. That will help you when you're out walking around. We'll get to these in a minute. And I also have heard that they're going to have actual just plastic lens covers. If they have that and they're as good or better than the GoPro Max covers, then I'm in. Now, the other thing that you got to know about this camera is that you can't just put it on your selfie stick without the bracket. And the bracket, it's actually pretty good. It does remind me a little bit of the Venture case where you got these little doors that are weird, and if you're not able to fit this thing right, it's because you've overlooked something. I tried to get the camera into this thing, and it took me like 5 minutes, and I realized I hadn't used this thing. So with this entire system, it's not maybe instantly intuitive, but once you figure out how they did it and why they did it, it all makes sense. So have patience when you open it up. Okay, but let's get straight to the real hardware stuff. The first thing out of the gate is that this is a modular system, which is really virtually unheard of in 360. There are a few other cameras that are somewhat similar, but here's the base of your camera. Guess what? It's also the battery. Now, I'm a little concerned because that looks like a pretty small battery, and I haven't had a chance to put it to the test yet, but I've also heard from fairly reliable sources there will be another battery, like a bigger battery you can use, so huge thing there. Now, this serves as the base for the camera, and it comes with your camera. This is a 4K, kind of a hero style camera, and then an LCD or LED or LCD, LBD, BLT screen right there, and it's modular, as I said, so it's really cool that you can have these different modules. 4K hero mode, traditional video, 360 module. This whole thing just gets better and better the deeper you get into it. Now you can have a 360 camera with a screen, and I've heard already from my friends that already have used them that the screen is good. You can see it, unlike the One X, and this thing is waterproof to 16 feet. So the durability factor and the screen, which were 2 of the huge problems with the One X, potentially solved. Now, again, hooking this thing into the battery, if you don't do it just right, it'll give you a headache. But once you figure out how to do it, it just snaps in. It's really quite easy. Boom. Now, it's too bad that you have to have this little frame, but in a way, especially if you're looking for durability, this just gives you an extra layer of protection. And then what happens is, where's my selfie stick? There it is. This thing hooks in like a normal GoPro. Now, you see, this is why I understand why they did this, but it's just kind of an extra step that's kind of a pain rather than just screwing it right on. You got to get this thing done, but then boom. Now, as you can see, this thing is fatter and not as tall. It's a little bit heavier, but all in all, I mean, it feels fine. And this is the Insta360 selfie stick, so you can still use your selfie stick with this. It's really great. Then you throw on some lens covers, and you've got a pretty stout looking system, which was a huge problem with the One X. Now, a good thing and also disappointing thing is I hear that they haven't done much with the slow motion. So you still get 3K 100 frames per second and 4K 50 frames per second. I was hoping for 4K 100 frames per second. This is 5.7K. A lot of the specs on paper look the same as the 1X, but they're not. This is between the sensor size and the bit rate and the codec, especially that they're using H.265 instead of H.264, which is a much better compression. Overall, you're going to get a better image out of this on paper. Still haven't taken it out. We'll be doing so soon. Now, finally, the thing that I almost lost it on as a guy who loves audio and who likes to vlog with these things is this thing doesn't come with, but you can get a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter jack, which gives you the ability to put in an external microphone. And not only that, but if you've got an extra $200 to put on top of it, you can get the Rode Wireless Go. Now, this is the receiver for the Go, literally this small. And if I had the actual adapter, it would go here and then hot shoes in at the top of the camera. And suddenly you've got a receiver for a lavalier mic, and the mic is this big. So it literally this is the transmitter, and it has a microphone on it. So literally all you have to do is clip this on, and you've got lav level audio. Would I have liked it to have a shotgun at the level of the GoPro Max? Absolutely. Have I tried the built-in audio yet? No, so I'll withhold judgment. Now, one of the things I did not get, but I plan on getting, is the 1-inch sensor. It's not 360 1-inch, which is too bad, but it does give you low light capabilities in traditional video. 1-inch sensor is pretty good for low light, so that won't be coming out until February from what I hear. But for now, I've got my 360. I've got the 4K ability if I want it, but I'm a 360 guy. I'm going to go out and hit the mountains with this. So what do you want me to put to the test? Is it the audio? Is it the frame rates? Is it the workflow? I will be eventually getting to the workflow, getting out there and doing all these tests. So leave your comments below and I will get out there, do the best I can before I have to return this thing and wait for mine to show up. But I digress. Thank you so much for my unboxing. I hope you got something out of this. Again, leave your comments below. Leave your advice for people. If you know something that we don't know, leave it below. We are the 360 Community Podcast, so we need to keep a dialogue going. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell on the side. And don't forget to share this with your friends. I am Skojo in 360. Please join me in an outro of dance.